Welcome everyone to another online edition of Grace Creatives. My name is Desiree and I'm the director of Grace. And we're super excited that you chose to tune in with us today to do one of these sessions. Grace is a nonprofit that serves trafficked, exploited, and at-risk youth ages 12 through 21. And we are big believers that arts and creativity have healing powers, and so we're really excited to be doing this project with you today. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some abstract color art, just some simple methods. I did these ones with a paintbrush, and then these ones we're going to be doing a little bit of finger painting as well today. So we're going to actually be doing two separate paintings because these go pretty quickly. So I'm going to quickly go over the materials that you need to do this project, and then we'll get started. So over here to my left, I have two paintbrushes, a large and a small. Really, whatever paintbrushes you have laying around the house will be just fine. Or if you got a kit from us, you should have a small paintbrush. I have some washable paint. If all you have is acrylic works for this project as well. I have two canvases, an 8x10 and a 5x7. If you have these ones, that's great. If not, any size canvas will be just fine for this project. And then over here to my right, I've got a cup for water and some napkins for dabbing. So pretty simple project today, pretty simple materials. So go ahead and get your area set up and we will jump right in. So the first painting that we're going to be doing today is going to be this abstract color painting. We're going to be doing just a swipe method with your paintbrush. So I'm going to use my larger canvas for this one and use my smaller one for the next one. So just want to grab one of your canvases, and since I'm using a larger canvas, I'm going to use my larger paintbrush as well. But what you're going to do for this part of the project is you're going to choose some colors, and you can really use whatever colors that you have. This is abstract art, so not really trying to make a design or anything. We're just going to see what we come up with. But I'm going to choose these bright neon colors that I have, and what you're going to do is you're just going to grab little sections of the color and you're just going to line up little dots all around the edges. So by the time you're done, you're going to have small dots of varying colors all along the edges. So I'll just show you what I've got so far. So I've got 3 spots right here along the edge, and I'm going to line it all the way around the border of the canvas. So take a few minutes to do that, and I will come back with the next step. When you're done with that step, your canvas should look something like this. You can see that I was pretty generous with the dabs that I used. You are going to need enough paint to cover the entire surface of the canvas, so that's why I was generous. I might actually end up needing even more, but hopefully this will be enough to cover it. But yeah, so after you've got that step all done, the next step of this is pretty simple. I'm going to use my large paintbrush again because I have a little bit of a larger canvas. And what you're going to do is you're just going to use your paintbrush and just kind of start swiping and sliding that paint along the surface of the canvas, just kind of spreading it out. So you can swipe multiple times in the same direction. You can fill it in the middle. The point of this step is you don't want to mix the paint together too much, but you do want to have enough just to cover the surface of the canvas. So you're kind of just doing some swiping back and forth, and again, you don't want to do too much because you don't want the colors to, you still want to be able to see the variations of the color, but you can see when you start bringing it all together, you end up with this really pretty kind of abstract design that comes through. The colors all kind of mixed together and kind of get this really beautiful mix of color. So I'm going to show you guys what I've got so far. I might end up doing a little bit more with it, but you don't want to do too much because you'll end up with just a brown. So yeah, just spend a few minutes just kind of gently swiping the surface of your canvas, making sure that you get all the spots covered, and I'll come back and show you my final product. When you're all done, should look something like this. They're all gonna look pretty different, but you can just kind of see just that beautiful mix of colors that's all together. So super fun. So now with this one, it's definitely gonna take a while to dry, maybe even a day or two. So you wanna set that one aside, and we're gonna go ahead and start on our next canvas. So grab your smaller canvas or your second one, and I'll take you through the next step. So for the next part of this project, like I said, grab your smaller canvas, and you're gonna grab a different variety of colors, or you can use the same one if you like those colors, but I'm gonna use this other set of washable paints. And we're gonna do a very similar method to last time, except we're only gonna be covering 2 of the sides rather than all 4. And we are gonna be using our fingers for this portion as well, but I'm gonna use my smaller paintbrush just to get the paint along the edges. So I'm gonna start in the bottom left corner. I'll wash out my brush as I go so I don't mix the colors too much. And yeah, you're just gonna dab the different colors along the edges. Similar method, except this time I'm just gonna cover this side, one of the sides, and one of the tops. So take a few minutes to do that, and we'll come back with the next step. When you're done with that step, your canvas should look something like this. As you can see, just the 2 sides are covered instead of all 4 this time. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna use our finger, and we're gonna start swiping the paint in a crisscross pattern. So I'm actually gonna start with this pink line along the top right here and just swipe that one down. And since I have more dabs of paint diagonally than I do on the height, I'm gonna actually swipe twice along the top and only once along the side. So that way I end up with a little bit more of an even pattern. So I'm gonna take my finger, I'm gonna run that one down, and then the one right next to it. And then I'm gonna run one down that way. So I'm just gonna show you how far. So I did 2 this way and then 1 that way. And then I'm gonna keep going in that pattern. So I'm gonna go 2 down along the top, and then 1 along the side, 2 down along the top, 1 on the side, 2 down along the top, 1 along the side, and then you'll notice you end up pretty even. You kind of do that pattern. So it's looking like this so far. Looks pretty cool. The colors are mixed together, but I'm actually going to go over this one more time because I want to get a little bit more of a mix of colors, and I also want to cover my whole canvas. So, and I still have that little blue dot in the corner, so I'm actually going to do the same thing. Swipe twice down, once along the top, twice down, once along the top. And you'll notice on the second round you get a little bit more of a cool mix of the colors, and you're getting more coverage on the canvas. So 2 down, 1 along the top, 2 down, 1, 2 to one, and do one more this way. Cool. So I'm gonna show you guys what I came up with. Looking pretty cool. Got a cool mixture of colors there. So yeah, just a super simple method of finger painting. You could even teach a toddler how to do this, but I think it's fun at all ages. So yeah, that concludes our Grace Creative session for today. Again, my name is Desiree, and we're super happy that you chose to do this with us today, and we'll see you next time. God bless.